This is Bobcast.
BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bobcast, the Buffalo Brotherhood Podcast, episode 74. I am Ryan, and beside me, adjusting his headset. We're going to go the other way around the table. Is that all right?
Why?
Because, I don't know, you were adjusting your headset. It made me think I wanted to talk to you first. Across the table from me is...
Doug.
An octave higher. Did it seem high to you?
I think he was trying to copy me.
Oh, is that what it was?
Doug.
Okay. And then, looking fabulous with his haircut is...
Mike.
You did get a haircut.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well.
My cough drop says power through.
That's true.
If you hear me coughing, it is wonderful allergy season. It is. I feel like
it is. Can't stop sneezing.
He's sneezing.
Really?
I'm coughing like crazy.
Knocking on wood. That's
Like-
never been something I've been totally affected with.
Like it's been a mess.
Like,
man.
I'll get a little phlegmy or whatever, but not too bad.
I wake up in the morning and I'm just like laying it out. But then I get some coffee and I'm good.
How was that?
I go.
What exactly? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's like coming out of a cocoon.
Fledgem.
He's birthing out.
Fledgem.
He's
I fledge him. I birth my fledgem.
Flegum.
Flegum birth. Flegum birth.
All right. Well, now we got that out of the way today. It's been a wonderful week. It's been a beautiful... I mean, the weather's been nice.
It has been.
It's cooled off a little bit. It does not feel like fall yet, which is good because we're still in August.
In the mornings.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy the... I don't.
I'm glad I got to shut my air conditioners off.
Yeah, I don't know. Is electric higher this year than what it was last year? Because my electric bill is higher than it was.
It's supposed... I thought rates went down, but mine is too. My actual electric consumption... We're on a budget. My electrical consumption from last year is lower, and I can't see that the rate changed, but for some reason my bill went up.
Well, I will say last year, obviously, remember last summer, it only got above 90 degrees like one day. I mean, we've had warmer, we've had more of a summer here since it stopped raining.
Right.
But still, I was kind of shocked to see that the electric bill had gone up as much as it had.
Are you on a budget?
No, we don't do the budget that way. And
I'm not either.
It's I like it.
I would be okay with it.
It's predictable.
But you don't. But you use electric heaters now, right?
Yeah. The main heater that we have in that house is not... Something is either wrong or it is just not the right size unit because it sucks electricity down. So since we started using the eye heaters, I have a couple of them put in the house, and they do a good enough job of keeping it heated. I'd say we probably reduced the electric consumption in the winter by probably about 20-30% by using it. So,
and you can be a little more, I guess, on demand sort of heating that way.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I don't do the budget on my electric because I don't do the budget on my gas.
Yeah.
So when my air conditioner turns off, my gas comes on. So my gas is more expensive in the winter, but my electric bill is cheaper.
Yeah, mine's the same way. So essentially, let's just in a fake world, let's say it costs me $100 to heat my house in the winter with natural gas. And so then my electric bill drops all the way down to like $20 because it's all we're doing is using our normal electric consumption. And then in the winter, the gas consumption goes all the way down to like $20 because we're barely using it at all.
right.
I mean, in the summer.
In the summer, and then in the electric bill goes up to the $100. So like we're paying like $120 all year long. They just sort of balance each other out.
Right. How did we get on talking about the electric bill?
I don't know. I was just talking.
Because we're old men.
Okay.
Because we're old men.
Because we're at the
We're
lodge.
That's what we complain about.
old.
We're at the lodge. Actually, I stepped outside and talked to some female coworkers of mine today, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm going to do a podcast tonight, and
Give me some ideas.
give us some ideas." And then they were honestly like, they were immediately intrigued.
They were like, "Damn electric!"
They were like, you do a podcast? Tell us about a podcast. I didn't know you do a podcast. They were immediately
wow, that's
intrigued.
hot.
No. No.
No.
Tell us about your
No.
podcast.
No,
Mr.
but
Parents.
No.
well, then they wanted to know about
No.
the podcast and what we did, and I sort of I give them the whole well,
Do you talk dirty in your podcast?
Doug, seriously. I was like, well, we've always been interested in people who have hobbies and passions and so forth, and wanted to know sort of how it was. And so we sort of committed to do this podcast ourselves, and this has become our sort of passion and our hobby. And then we talk to other people that have hobbies occasionally. But I immediately afterwards sort of was like, I feel pretty good where we are. Like almost mission accomplished. I mean, granted, we haven't landed on Mars yet. We don't have a moon base or anything like that as a lodge, but I feel like if we set ourselves a goal 2 years ago, this is August now, so we started this podcast 2 years ago. If we set ourselves a goal of
been 2 years already,
of following through with something or developing this hobby, I feel like we've done a really good job. Almost 1,000 likes on Facebook. Doug was gracious enough to put a stock of T-shirts there. So people want
I know we
T-shirts,
need to start.
get them out.
Yeah, we need to start doing some more contests or something.
We're working on it.
with great friendships with like Kyle and Jake. They've done a great job of
Right.
sort of identifying the brand, and I immediately left my conversation with my coworkers. I was just like, I feel pretty good. The state of the lodge, I feel, is strong.
Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of the Bobcast.
Oh,
hey,
hello.
This
all
is
right.
Ryan, beside me is
Mike.
and beside him on the other side of the table is
Doug.
and we're
Listen to
this is
how,
our first
like,
episode.
hollow
this is our
his voice
first
sounded.
attempt
Virgin episode.
at our virgin episode.
Doesn't it sound like he's in a
we're
box?
gonna get in here and
Doug?
we're gonna mess around.
Yeah,
and
what?
A little bit. I wonder why. Was it different? Do we have a different mic back then? Probably.
User.
We did. We
created
had that
content
like old band
for our
mic that was
podcast.
your
So,
brother's. That was our third
Everybody
mic.
call this lodge meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Order.
Like we had to like
Yep,
screw
yep.
together.
Everybody find
I
their
bet they're
seats,
having a
let's settle
fun
in
time
here for
trying
the
to
long
keep
haul.
track of which
for
is the
those of you
new
who
and
don't
which is
know,
the old.
which would be pretty much
I didn't know a thing about that.
I'm hearing like 7 different conversations. So
this podcast shit's confusing.
he's.
I'm done.
Oh, you said a bad word.
It's okay. It's all right. It is what it is. PG-13. Listen with your own discretion.
Started watching Coach. On the side note,
That's Doug. That's
What is segue?
That's the
Really, how old are we? What is this? Geriatric? I started watching Coach.
it was on
I was-
Netflix.
I
I'm
was-
like, I loved Coach. I'm like, let's watch. So we've watched like 3 seasons now, or 2 seasons of Coach. Like every night before we go to bed, I
So
sit
has
down and
this-
watch like 3
This
or
is
4
the guy that
episodes.
was making fun of me because I was watching Friends.
no. Hold on. So
Hey, now come on, you know.
he stands by that criticism.
Coach was a much better show.
Has
than-
his daughter moved back home yet?
She back. She moves in with him.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she's
Oh.
the very first episode. That she is
Maybe
right
she-
there.
Maybe she moves out
So.
at some point. I'll be honest. Like I don't think I ever watched Coach.
You need
and,
to
like,
watch Coach.
No, I've seen.
I
all the
didn't watch
Coach.
it in sequence.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think I saw it like in syndication or something. But you're right. I mean, Luther
There's
and Dauber
They're
are
bringing it
hilarious.
back.
It's coming back.
Yeah, they're relaunching it.
But he died.
Who?
Craig T. Nelson.
No, he's alive.
I watched The End of Parenthood, and in The End of Parenthood, he died.
Well, I didn't watch Parenthood.
You should watch
In the
Parenthood.
Coach world, he's still alive.
You should watch Parenthood. It's
Hayden
good.
Fox is still alive.
Hayden T.
Why don't you find
Hayden
that? Yeah, why don't you
T.
find that Coach theme there, Mike?
Oh.
Get us up that Coach theme. So
Isn't it like a?
It's like a band. It's like
yeah,
a marching
it's
band.
just like a marching band theme. It's just
Is it an actual like?
yeah. You just
Golden
type in
Gophers.
the
Is it
Coach
his?
theme.
I know, but what I was
yeah,
saying
I think
is,
he
is
coaches
it a-
Minnesota. The
It's
Golden
Minnesota
Gophers.
State.
That's the theme
is
song.
No, it's just called the Coach theme song.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a terrible quality.
That is bad.
That's really loud.
It's very loud and very bad. So the
Wait.
song's really good, but that's a really bad version of it.
This isn't the Minnesota Gophers theme song.
It's not the Minnesota Gophers. It's the Minnesota State Screaming Eagles.
Oh, I thought they were the I thought it was just the Gophers.
I'm pretty sure it's a made-up team. Right?
It's a made-up college. Whoa.
I don't know what happened.
Oh,
What
I
happened?
lost an ear.
We lost
Yeah.
ears.
I lost an ear.
It'll come back. Calm down, guys.
Well, it was a little disorienting at first. If you're watching on the video podcast, which
Yeah.
we've done the last two on YouTube for a huge audience of 3
Here's
people.
the University of Minnesota Gophers fight song.
Yeah. Nothing like it. Oh, and we were there. Nope. Now we're. There we go. Nope. Yep. Nope.
They can't hear.
No.
They have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
just every time I say yep, nope, yep, the sound is wobbling back and forth between 1 to 2 ears.
Yeah, but as the listeners,
Okay.
they don't hear.
There, see, it's going. Oh, this one now, this one down. If you watch the YouTube video, you'll see us.
Well, the YouTube video will be doing that because
Right.
the YouTube gets its audio from the
Okay.
feed.
All right, you can stop. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to get copyright pinged.
Yeah. Anyway.
From the University of Minnesota Gophers.
Anyway.
If
Because
anybody,
they're gonna- if they
if
can-
anybody's listening from Minnesota 10 minutes into the podcast, welcome.
If they can pick that song out of like, if they can pull that out of that, they're
You're
pretty
an
good.
audio mess this evening.
I know. Anyway, Coach is on Netflix, people. You should go take a watch. It was a great series.
It was, and now we have Doug's seal of approval about it.
Right.
You're gonna lose
But-
your
but-
headphones in a minute.
But really, it's coming
What?
back. We're gonna lose the.
There.
There we
Okay.
go. I
So-
don't know. So what?
It's coming back.
Yes.
Coach now is going to be. He's still the coach.
He's
of
still the
screen?
coach, but it's going to focus on his son, I guess, who is.
Is it going to be Peter Braverman?
I
They're going to have Dak Shepard come and play his son again
I don't know.
Dax Shepard played his son.
in Parenthood.
It's not.
Stop connecting these universes that don't connect to each other.
I'm telling you, Parenthood was a much better show than Coach.
I don't think so.
It was.
Sarah liked that show too.
Did it have like things to do with like family and babies or something?
Well, it's called Parenthood.
Okay. Yeah.
Doug. I realized you wouldn't understand.
Did it have Luther in it?
And no Dauber.
No Dauber. Okay. Well, then it
but
wasn't
you could
good.
watch the middle. The middle. Jerry Van Dyke is one of their dads.
Is he? Is
He
he?
comes on the show.
Or I could watch SpongeBob.
Jerry Van
since
Dyke is.
Dauber does the voice of
Patrick.
Patrick.
Starfish.
That's Dauber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Have you seen the Sponge Out of Water movie?
Yeah,
That movie is messed up, man.
it is.
That movie is very psychedelic.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a scene in it where you're like, if I was
Altered.
if I was
Altered.
Yeah.
in an altered state, like I would be
If you were
tripping out.
If you were a goofy goober, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what FUN stands for?
Yeah. I do.
All right.
Okay.
I do. Anyway,
So far we've okay. Since this is really
did
just
you
a
see
show
the
about
last
random
episode
stuff,
of Barney Miller?
What year is it?
I honestly had to think like, is there a new Barney Miller? What is he talking about?
Mel's
Diner.
There's a clip from Barney Miller that's been going around on Facebook about
Oh,
the conspiracy
yeah,
theory.
yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't
The
seen it?
Trilateral Commission.
It's like they kind of joke about this idea. This one guy coming in talking about like conspiracy theories, and like he's talking about all these things, and you're kind of sitting there going, "That's really probably true now."
Yeah.
Like everything he says that they're joking about in this is kind of
Yeah.
real.
I'll have to check it.
It's-
okay. Well, this is a perfect. Now, Doug, this is how you
Okay.
do a segue because this is a perfect segue.
Okay. Teach me.
It's amazing how many things are out on the internet that you miss. Some things that are memes for whole groups or cultures of
Right,
people
right.
that we miss.
Like-
Did I miss? Was I the only person that missed the He-Man singing the disco song?
No.
You missed
What?
it?
No, I found a 10-hour video of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's from years
The-
ago.
I know. I missed it. I totally missed it. I saw
Really?
like a compilation video from the Rooster Teeth guys where they like put themselves inside the video memes and it had like the tra-la-la guy, you know, I was like, oh, I know what this is. They had like
Right.
a cat playing the piano. And then they had, yes,
This is
This has got to be at least like 4 or 5 years old.
million views.
this one has 58 million.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
totally missed this one because they were doing it and I was like, this looks like a He-Man skit. Like, I don't understand what they're talking about. So I was like, I wonder if I just missed something.
What's going on?
So I typed He-Man, Watts, and it was like, Going On, the Going On song. He-Man says Going On. It's like over and over and over again. And I checked it and it was like, the one
It's actually a
I saw
4 Non-Blonde song.
but
The
it's,
original.
it's
You ever watch?
lip-syncing
You
He-Man.
ever watch any of the YouTube poops?
No.
You never seen any of those?
YouTube
No,
poop.
okay, but
especially like the one with Sonic the Hedgehog with Dr. Robotnik.
They're really after like
They're-
2,
they're
you're
annoying.
like, I'm done with this. This
Yeah.
is really dumb.
snooping as usual. I see.
It is weird.
Pingus.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's very,
I'll check
very
out
strange stuff.
2, only 2.
You want to know a fun thing to do with that? You create a shortcut to the link on your desktop or someone else's desktop, and then you take that link and you put it in their startup folder
Okay.
of their
I've done this
computer.
before.
So every time that their computer starts up, it starts up that YouTube video.
We used to do that with. Remember, we used to do this, Doug, at a place we used to work at. Used to do that. We would, if somebody left their computer unlocked, you
Yep.
would just go into like Paint or whatever, and you would just make some sort of nice picture,
Right.
and then you would throw that in their startup folder, and like for the life, they would have to call help to figure out how to get the picture of
Right.
of whatever it is that Doug drew.
I don't remember.
You
I don't know
don't
what you're
remember
talking
doing?
about.
He doesn't do those things.
I don't do that
There was
stuff.
there was a certain like shift supervisor's computer that would pop
Yeah.
up that way
Oh,
almost
yeah.
every time.
It's interesting.
Or you get in a real good habit of always powering down that said computer, so the next person would always have powered up and go
Right.
through the whole
Right.
trauma again. But yeah, that's fun. That's
So
fun.
so anyway,
So it's called YouTube Poops. Okay, I'll look
YouTube
it
poop.
up. I'll look
YouTube
it up.
poop. People.
YouTube
YouTube
Poops.
You've seen
poop.
this. I mean, you want to talk about recent meme? You've seen the Shia LaBeouf.
Oh
do it
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
You seen the whole half-hour one?
yeah. I
The full one?
He watched it 5 times.
Well, no, when it first came out, it was one of those things. Was like, I don't understand what this is. Is this a clip from a different movie or whatever? But no, like he put that out there and stood at a green screen just so people would do that.
You
And I kind of feel like that's baiting the internet a little bit.
just a tad.
I mean, like he has received no negative. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure he's probably tired of people screaming "Let's do it" when he walks down
Just
the
do it,
road.
yeah.
Just do it. You're right.
Fun thing to do with that. You wanna
Really?
know a
You
fun
think a celebrity is tired of people screaming
How many-
something at them?
Yeah, maybe
thing? How many
you're right there.
Rokus do you have in your house?
I have
0.
a TV. I have the app, and I have a stick.
Okay. Did you know you can throw YouTube videos from your phone to the Roku?
The only one I've hooked to my phone is my daughter's because yes, that's exactly.
And it overrides everything. So it doesn't matter what they're doing, it overrides it. So they can be in the middle of a Netflix movie. Do it! Just I'll be in the other room and I would just throw it to the TV and it would just come on and just scream at them.
It is fun. It is fun to pick on your kids that way because, like I said, it's just Zoe's, and like I'll just be like, it's time to go to bed. So instead of, I mean, I haven't done anything. I haven't done that yet, but
Yeah.
just like it'll just be like the videos that I'm watching. Be like, okay, let's see how Zoe likes a little grand strategy EU4 let's plays, and you'll hear like, "Mom" from the next room, "Mom," because she's "Mommy," like the TV's taking over and she can't. Isn't but like 4 nerdy guys, similar to the podcast. And now my Kingdom of Sweden is going to invade the Poland before it joins Lithuania.
What game is it?
Europe Universalis 4,
Oh.
one of the grand
Played it.
strategy games, you know,
Haven't
from
played it.
Paradox. I just watch a lot of. I just watch
What
a lot
other
of dumb
games?
stuff.
What other games should we watch, Ryan?
What other games should you watch? It's an
Yes,
interesting
yes.
question, and not necessarily something I came prepared for. There'd be a lot of things. I think you should watch a lot of
Rocket League.
rock. Hey, good point. Did you watch the championship on Thursday?
No.
MLG
No.
MLG hosted a championship
But
for Rocket
that
League.
was kick-started, right?
Rocket League.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. What was a game that was kick-started?
What are you doing this to me for? I don't understand.
Well,
There's a lot of games are kickstarted.
okay. Well, that reminds me.
Oh, he's doing a segue.
That reminds me. Did you see that they were trying to kickstart building a life-size replica of Minas Tirith?
I did see that.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
1.98 billion pounds is what they were trying to raise.
I'm
You
utterly
know what
speechless.
Minas Tirith is, right?
Well, yes, it's the White City.
The White
Doug.
City. Okay.
So,
I'm just checking your nerd credentials.
I didn't know I had to show my ID when I showed
Well-
up here tonight.
Hey, I'm just checking.
I mean, which tree would they plant at the top? Honestly,
I don't know.
I mean,
Before or after the king?
that's truly the real question, isn't it? Would it be Minas Tirith under
So-
the rule of man, or
But anyway, I'm not sure what it is up to right now.
the Steward of Gondor? They should just. You know what? That's in the UK, right?
They're trying.
We need to do that here.
See, they said
First.
they were trying
First.
to do it, build it in southern England.
Someone kickstart
But
Rohan.
I don't know where any. I don't know where any.
Hurry.
I don't know where any
Rohan, Indiana.
large mountains. Rohan, Indiana.
We already have the Monument City, right? So
true.
So they've raised out of their 1.85 billion pounds, they've raised 81,000 pounds with 21 days to go. So, but
honestly, 21,000. That's not bad.
what's that?
That's not bad.
They've raised 81,000 pounds.
That's even more amazing, to be honest. But it's
but
one of
the
those
thing
things, if
is-
they don't get funded, those people are all going to get their money back.
So, but if you had the money, and if I had the money, I would do this for 100,000 pounds. If you give 100,000 pounds, you can get your what you earn is a lordship or ladyship of the city, which grants you and your family exclusive access to all areas of the city, excluding private residences and businesses, and also permits the use of horse-drawn carriages for transport. You will receive priority property purchases, direct communication links to us, and a seat on the city's executive committee. You will also be invited to many annual exclusive events. So for $100,000, you could be a lord or lady.
100,000 pounds.
100,000 pounds. You could be a lord or lady of Minas Tirith.
Which is what, 212.
It's probably about 140, 150,000.
That'd be like the most expensive, most exclusive nerd club on the planet.
It would be. I mean, it's would be an awesome idea. I just don't know about doing it in southern England. Is the only thing
That's what I'm saying. Mike's right. I think we do it here. Southern Indiana, and basically it's not just a city. It's like a gated community.
156.
It's like you pay to help build the city, and then you can actually live there year round.
I see. So anyway, I
They'll
really
need teachers.
I really hope that.
Well, they need property
Really hope they
managers.
can pull it off and get themselves another 1.7 some billion pounds in the next 21 days. So
I don't think that's going to happen.
probably not. Probably not.
So I told you about how I missed the He-Man thing. Did you guys hear the Star Wars park announcement?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think?
Don't
Awesome.
care.
Yeah, I'm kind of Doug.
I'm not 5, so
You're
don't care.
you're awesome. I mean, granted, I've never been to Disney, so I have no frame of reference of how something like this could be pulled off. But I kind of feel more like in Doug's camp than Mike's camp probably in this, just because
I'm sure
I
if
don't
you
feel
had
like I'm
kids to
gelled in.
take, it'd be
Even if I
fun.
have kids, like the idea of being in an amusement park just doesn't necessarily excite me at this point for that reason. Now, and this is why I say that. I went to the Children's Museum, the Indianapolis Children's Museum here last year, as a what do you call it?
I don't know.
Supervisor, I guess.
Sure.
A chaperone, but
Sure.
but I didn't have any. I didn't have any kids. I was there in like a supervising of the chaperone capacity, I guess.
Yeah.
I had a ton of fun, more fun than I've ever had there before, because I actually
Supervising the chaperones.
I got to read the exhibits. I got to look at the stuff that I cared about. I got to take my time.
What children's museum?
Indianapolis.
Oh.
I got to sit down when I wanted to sit down. I didn't have to go up and down that stupid ramp every other time just to go see one thing up there, then all the way down to see
I've
something.
never been there, so I don't know.
Really?
I had, and they had the Hollywood like costumes there at the same time, so I got to see a lot of that stuff, which was really cool, and I had a blast. So like, I'm with Doug when it talks about Star Wars Disneyland. Not necessarily super excited because I don't really feel like I'm going to be like able to move stuff with the Force. That'd probably be too much to ask for.
I don't know.
And
There's
second,
pretty cool attractions.
like it's gonna be packed for like the next decade.
Yeah.
Because the movies are going to come out over the course of the next decade. So
Right.
it's not going to be enjoyable to be there for the next 10 years.
There'll be times.
And then
It's a plane
sort of
trip
third,
accordingly.
I think like still paying $9 for a Coney dog is going to make me out of my mind. And $9 might be a conservative estimate, I'll be honest.
What?
You know, like I'm standing in Star Wars land all day long.
Yes.
I go to the cantina.
Here's your commemorative plastic cup of what a blue milk.
Here's your so silly Yoda ears with the Mickey ears behind
That'll
them.
be
$42.
$49.95.
You gotta do the package, man. You gotta do the package deals when you go down there.
Well, still, I mean, I just
You pay
feel
the
like,
one-stop thing, and you get the wristbands, and you get free food while you're there, and
it's not
your
free.
food is paid for, things like that.
Here's your meal ticket. You get some French fries and one hamburger.
It's wristbands now, man. They lock it in on you. That's your door key. That's like your payment thing. It's everything.
this
They-
guy knows.
Yeah, they give you wrist. They're
When did you go?
They're wristbands. I've been paying attention to it.
He's watched about it.
There's
on YouTube.
a 5.5. Yeah.
What you do to games, Mikey does to amusement parks.
There's a 5.5 year plan coming.
Oh, we're on a 2-year plan right now.
Well, because your kids will be at the ages that I want my children to be when we go.
That's true, I guess.
Jules will be close to 10, and Jonah will be close to 6.
Yep, that's
That's where I want them to be.
That's where they'll
that's
be.
old enough to both remember.
yeah. If I'm going to spend the money, that'd be
Right.
I want to make sure
Do
that
it once, and that's a perfect age because Noah or Julia will not be too old to not enjoy it. Like they won't be bored. They won't be like, I don't want to be here because I'm a teenager. Kind of
Do you
thing.
think a teenager would feel that way?
I think I don't know.
I don't know.
Are they angst filled?
We were actually talking or planning on taking a teenager with us.
Oh,
Yeah. Because my one niece actually asked if she could go with us when we go on the 2-year plan. And she basically volunteered to be like, I'll just babysit your kids. I'll pay for my own ticket if you just give me the ride there.
hey, sounds good.
I don't know. I'm kind of like,
Pay
sounds
for
like a
some
good
meals?
plan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's paying for, like, her parents are going to buy her thing, you know? Like, that's something she wants to do. So,
Dude, do it.
that's what I'm thinking, man. I really am.
Sounds like a plan.
All
If
right.
this is the one kid that I think it is, then yeah, sure.
All right.
cool.
So,
But yeah, I'm all about it. I think it'll be fun.
okay.
Amazing.
All right. Well, it's hard for me to be upset about something that's not built yet, and it's hard for me to get too excited about something that's not built yet.
And I'm not an old man like you two, so
That's true. I think if I see amusement parks and I'm just like, I gotta lose weight.
old people. There's a bunch of people there, and I don't want to be around them.
It's like, I don't want to be one of those people when I wear my jean shorts, I've got like a butt in the front.
And I don't want to worry about getting in and out of
I want to
basically
leisurely
roller coasters.
I want to leisurely walk around.
Where's
and
my
read,
diabetic sock?
I want to walk around and leisurely read signs and not have to worry about things.
You're right.
That's
Doug.
what you.
You're
That's what
right.
you said at
You're
Children's
right.
Museum.
You're right.
I got to walk around and read things that I wanted to read
At the children's
at the
museum.
Children's Museum.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Actually, the Children's Museum is actually pretty cool. You should go check it out sometime, Doug.
we have passes if you want to go.
That's okay.
All right.
You do?
Yeah, just this year.
Want to talk about that?
It was one of those things. Okay, this happened to us twice.
We don't have to right now, though.
No, we are. Because it's silly. I think it's kind of silly. We've gone down twice, like 2 different years. We've had passes 2 different times,
Right.
over the course of 3 different years,
Right.
And both times we've showed up at the park or showed up at the museum,
Sure.
and it's packed.
Right.
When it first opens, it's packed, And I always tell my wife, go in, get the tickets. We'll park the car. We'll sort of meander to you. And then when you're there, hopefully you're towards the front of the line. We don't have to wait as long. We don't have to try to entertain the kids in the lobby.
Right.
Or in line for very long. And she's like, okay. So every time, like, we come up and then we see her, we wave, and she's like, I'm in the right line. I'm in the right line. I'm like, okay, you're in the right line. We're going to wait over here. And we go over there and wait. And then I'll look up, and then she's at the desk. And I'll be like, wait, why are you at the, what, you know, in my head, I'm like, why is she at the desk? Man, she got through that line really, really fast.
Okay.
It's because she gets in the members only line. And she gets up to the front, and they're like, are you a member? And she's like, no. And they're like, do you want to be a member? And she was like, not necessarily. And she was like, okay, well, you need to actually be in the other line that's way, 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 way longer. And now it's much longer because you've waited in the wrong line for the last 30 minutes. Oh, well, how much does it cost to be a member? I'll just do that anyway. We'll buy a membership and we'll go. So the first year that happened, and I was like, oh, that's silly. That's awkward.
Well, isn't it like for 4 people?
Basically, if you
visits.
go twice, you bought your membership. So that's what we do. We just didn't go on the years we did have membership, and we went like 3 times in the year we did have membership.
Yeah.
So we're going to go here in September again because Ninja Turtles are coming. So Noah's very excited about that. But
The Ninja Turtles are coming?
the Ninja Turtles are coming. So this time we went earlier in the year, and it's a huge line, and we talked about it. We're like, make sure you get in the right line. Don't get in the wrong line. It would be great to have membership, but we really don't want to spend the money right now to have a membership. We'll just pay twice this year. We'll lose a little money, but we're going to pay now, and then we'll pay again in September. I'll be over here with the kids, keep them entertained, get the tickets as quick as you can.
Right.
My phone rings. Boing, boing. Hey, what's up? I'm in the wrong line. What? I'm in the wrong line again. How did you get in the wrong line again? I'm in the wrong line, but this line's moving really fast. All right, well, fine.
Your ringtone is stupid.
How's it go again? How's it go?
I'm not doing it again.
It's like,
Just record
It was
that.
like- it was like-
record that so he can actually make that his ring.
it was like Chewbacca trying to make a ringtone noise.
So we bought a membership again this year.
Cool.
To make a long story short,
Okay, good.
2 guests, right?
no guest, but
Oh, never mind. Then why do we care?
well, I mean, I'm thinking. I don't
Why'd
know.
you offer to us?
I think you probably look enough like me. You can
Can't
probably
pay
just
for
flash
us.
my ID, right? Just flash my ID. Bring.
Yeah, that's me. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sure.
I mean,
I'm
I'm not trying to be.
I've gained a little weight.
Yeah.
It says here you're 6'5" and 330. Yeah, I know. I lost weight and got shorter.
Yeah.
Sue me. All right. All right. Yeah.
So what other exciting things?
Really, that's to me like that was the 3 things I was like.
All right. So coach.
GamesCon.
Okay.
GamesCon happened a couple weeks back, but really, not a whole lot happened, and I did see a lot of
And,
interesting comparisons between GamesCon and E3, but
The big thing was the Captain America with Spider-Man. They kind of came, but no
Yeah.
footage or anything.
right.
So, you know.
And we're excited for Civil War, but
Right.
it's really hard to get excited for any movie that's not 7.
Right.
Right. And I'm doing my best to continue to avoid reading anything because I'm just
okay.
like I don't want to hear anymore. Just stop.
I got a couple. You want me to tell you some more? Do you want to know more?
About
Is it official news?
No. It's just speculation. On my part. Based on a couple different things. But I will say, what do you have plans for Force Friday? Do you even know what Force Friday is?
No.
Force Friday.
Force Friday.
I'm going to admit
No.
I don't.
It's the first Friday in September. It's when Hasbro is launching all their Force Awakens toys.
Okay.
Why is it called Force Friday?
Because, I mean, like, Toys R Us is staying open till midnight that night. And
So you're going and buying some toys?
I can't. I'm not buying toys. These are the 2 things that on my list that I would go buy. The first one is, okay, maybe a toy of some sort, but I wouldn't mind.
I'm gonna go look it up.
I wouldn't mind looking at either Han Solo or Luke Skywalker toy at this point and get a better idea of how they've actually aged. I want to see if the toy comes out with Luke Skywalker's flesh hand or it's always just his metal hand. And there are images of these things online already that you could look at if you wanted to, but I'm kind of trying to avoid it. And then 2 is I want to buy the kids book. I'm going to buy because there will be like a Force Awakens novella.
Yeah.
Or a kids book that will come out probably Force Friday that'll tell us the whole entire the storyline.
Do you really want to do that?
I do because
that's a bad idea.
Not necessarily for myself, but I want to be able to talk about what's happening on the screen with my kids before we see the movie. Because I think if we go see it,
all right. So some Nerf.
So
get a Nerf bowcaster.
Yeah, a Nerf bowcaster, and all the masks, and there's going to be a Kylo Ren lightsaber where the 2 sides do actually eject.
Really?
Yeah. But I think that'll be important for the enjoyment of the movie for Noah.
Okay, now look at this lightsaber. It looks like one of the gag lightsabers. It's like got multiple ones shooting out from a handle.
That's Rebels. That's Ezra Bringer's lightsaber was modified.
Star Wars
to have
blade builders.
Yeah, that's a big thing too.
Hundreds of combinations.
Oh, you can build your own lightsaber now?
Yeah. It's amazing how technology's advanced.
Well, you can build your own plastic lightsaber. Have you seen the video of that? The guys that built like the super powerful lasers that can they're still just lasers, but they can do some pretty powerful things. They call them real lightsabers.
Do they?
No, I don't think you can hit them against each other or anything like that. But
do they control the distance?
Ooh, they bring back micro machines.
Yes, cool. Micro machines is big on this toy launch.
Cool.
Wow, they'll make it a mystery box thing and charge you double.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the thing.
They look exactly like the old micro machines. A lot of them, like the ones I used to have. I should have never got rid of them. Back in the 90s.
No, you shouldn't have got rid of them, period. But
micro machines.
Ooh. All sorts of
a Furby. Furbaka.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you heard me. Furbaka.
I can't believe you guys haven't heard about Force Friday.
No,
Okay, so let me tell you.
Neither of us have sons that are old enough to enjoy
it. So let me just tell you my big spoiler. And if you don't want to hear Star Wars spoilers, I apologize. Honestly, there's probably nothing left on the podcast that you're going to want to hear anyway. Other than
the Micro Machine Man here, aircraft carrier there. You can't have that, but you can have this. The new Micro Machine aircraft carrier playset. The dramatically detailed, terrifically trimmed replica of the real thing that holds 25 Micro Machines with fabulous, fantastic features. 2 totally terrific elevators, real working hoist, runway, and 2 cargo arms. The new Micro Machine aircraft carrier playset from Galoob. Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
Right.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most midget miniature motorcade of Micro Machines. Plus incredible Micro Machine pocket playsets. Each one comes with its own special edition Micro Machine vehicle and fun, fantastic features in this Micro Machine service center and many more. And these playsets fit together to form a perfectly precise Micro Machine world.
One
the
of
Micro
those.
Machines, collect them, race them, trade them from Galoob. Remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
Okay.
Galoob.
Fantastic.
I heard more breath there than I remember when I was a child.
I think it's the white noise behind.
All right.
The
So
VHS
anyway, Ryan,
pole.
what'd you hear?
So there was a picture of a school notebook that's going to be released on Force Friday of images from the movie with Chewbacca prominently fronted in the center, almost like he's the main character. Like he's getting top billing. And I've heard about Peter Mathau actually getting pretty excited about the movies coming up because of his role within the movie. And then in the bottom lower hand corner, and I got to think, which is like Star Wars Underground or StarWarsNews.com or something like that sort of pinned this in the right direction. There's a picture of Daisy's character. There's something else I want to talk about. Daisy's character, Rey, and Chewbacca. And this time, Daisy is sitting in Han's place. And they both look fairly dirty and sort of tired. And even Chewbacca in Peter Mathau in the costume almost looks depressed. So there's some speculation now that Han Solo actually might die in the first movie.
Well, we've speculated on that. If they would do
that makes me think. That makes me think or wonder if maybe that's and then that sort of to me. As soon as I saw the image, I was like, this reminds me of the end of the Yuzavong. And Derek, if you're listening, you'll know what I'm talking about. The end of the Yuzavong book. And I know all the books are no longer canon or invalid or whatever. But that was my favorite Star Wars book of all time. And it's when Anakin, like they're running to get off the planet as fast as they can before the planet essentially blows up from a gravity well. And Chewbacca grabs Anakin, which is Han and Leia's son at the time. So Anakin the second, I guess.
Right.
And throws him onto the ramp of the Millennium Falcon, but can't make the jump himself, and they have to leave him there as the planet blows up. And that's the death of Chewbacca in Vector Prime, within the Star Wars universe pre the erasing of the canon.
Right. I've felt that there's a good chance that one or all of them will die by the end of this new trilogy.
Well, I think basically we're gonna see a very heavy Han episode this time, and then if Han does meet his demise at the end of this movie,
right,
we're gonna see more of Luke here in the next two, and maybe more of Leia. But I think
you saw the shot of him and his Jedi Master Robe.
Yes.
I thought they looked pretty good.
Yeah, they look pretty good. It sort of makes me worry. Is that the quadcopter?
The Millennium Falcon quadcopter drone.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And it says it has a hyperspace mode. I don't know how.
I bet you can push a button on the controller and it just goes
authentic light.
You just hear it say.
But I want that really, really bad. Because especially if the body is just like foam.
Force Friday.
It's gonna hold up. Like if it's that just thick, like.
But it's not though. I bet it's like 2 sheets of plastic.
2 weeks?
The foam would be lighter.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be foam. That's what it looks like. It looks.
Get out to your local Toys R Us.
Yeah,
store.
check it out.
It has a thing that says $21 on it, but I don't think that's right.
One of our show sponsors.
If that's real, I'm buying one.
All right, do it, dude.
As long as it isn't this big.
I bet it is that big.
You think so?
It doesn't give dimensions?
It doesn't on the outside of this box.
What's Micro
So
Machines?
anyway, any other Star Wars news?
Really? And then, I mean, you don't want to talk about that at all? You don't?
What?
The possibility that Han is going to die.
It's not happening.
We've thought that might be a possibility. We've talked about it before that could be a possibility. So if it happens, it's not surprising.
So it would make sense if they would do a Han Solo movies after this movie. So we know they've sort of greenlit the Han Solo anthologies.
Right. The early.
Yeah, the early. Han.
How would they do that though? I mean, how
they'll find somebody like Ewan McGregor who looks enough like the old Han Solo.
Because if you think about how old, well, I guess Harrison Ford was a little bit older when
in his 30s.
Yeah. So, okay.
Just find like a kid, like an 18-year-old.
Right. I mean, it would be harder to do a Luke Skywalker
run
because he was like 17 or 18 when.
Right.
So.
Unless you did him somewhere in the middle of this movie and last movie. So we do have like a Luke Skywalker in his late 30s.
Right.
But really, we've all seen Mark Hamill our whole lives. We know
Right.
exactly what he aged into. So.
Right.
Did you see the stuff for Rogue One at all?
I saw the
It's a lot different.
picture.
It's a lot different than what I thought it was going to be.
It's supposed to be about like some sort of ground guerrilla war or something.
Right. When you hear Rogue One, what do you think of?
I think of the X-wing.
Exactly. Like I thought it was going to be like a rogue squadron
like taking
movie.
place during the height of the battle of the original trilogy,
or not. It could have been any time within this Resistance, within the First Order,
or not.
No, I'm just saying. To me, it'd be hard to set anything in that time period. But we basically have what it seems like it's going to be 30 years of war. They could have reformed Rogue Squadron at any time within that 30 years, and we would have had a whole story there,
right?
About developing the squadron and finding the right guys, and
yeah,
and then
I don't know.
But now we're going to get this sort of guerrilla like insurgency movie.
Yeah,
I don't know. Again, it's hard to question something so far out.
Yeah, I mean, what that movie's supposed to come out in 20 what? 20.
I don't know. Like we're going to get a Star Wars movie starting basically every year for the next 10 years. At least
because
minimum.
this one comes out in the end of this year, and then the next one comes out in 2018 or 2019. Episode 8.
Yeah, but the
I know
the Rogue movie's going to come out in between
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a Boba Fett movie, right?
Yes.
Which, obviously that would make sense. It'd be awesome to see Boba Fett in these. It'd be awesome to see Boba Fett and Han take each other out.
Do you think we will, though?
I don't know.
All right, so still Star Wars news, but changing the subject a little bit. I'm fascinated with the what seems to be going to be the three main characters: Poe, Riley, or Daisy.
Daisy, yeah.
That's her
Ray.
name. Ray, and for whatever reason, I'm a complete Finn.
Right.
So I'm intrigued by all.
And
of them.
what's his face has the lightsaber that looks like in
John
that poster.
John Boyega. Yeah, Finn has the lightsaber.
Looks like it's Anakin's.
It does. The one that got dropped down in the Death Star. So I they're relatively unknowns, but they have acted before.
Yeah.
And one of the things the one that has acted the least that I found is that Daisy Ray or whatever she is. But she was in. I'm going to give Mikey a YouTube video here. Now we don't necessarily need to hear it, and if you want to watch it too, I want you to.
I watched the movie with John Boyega in that.
Yeah, and Ex
John
Machina.
No, that wasn't the movie. Not John Boyega. The bad guy. What's his name?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Yeah. Well, Adam Driver and
he was in This Is Where I Leave You.
Okay.
It's a comedy.
Okay, but I was just going to tell you that Adam Driver and the guy that's playing Poe Dameron.
Oscar
Isaacs are both in Ex Machina together, and I haven't seen that yet. And I wanted to see that mainly just because they're both in there.
Isn't it on Netflix?
I don't think it's on Netflix yet, but I know it's out. It could be on Netflix already. But it's called The Lights On and the rapper's name is Wiley.
So
I think it's Turn the Lights On maybe, and his name is Wiley. So if you see
and she is in this video.
She's in this music video, and I wanted to get your guys' take on it.
Well,
acting chops here.
On or off?
Turn the light. It's on. I just remember lights on.
While he's looking that up, they did say I was reading when all that news came out about Kylo Ren.
T-Pain?
No, it's Wiley featuring Angel and Trenchy Strider. Lights On is the name of the song. It only has like. It's funny because it's basically got 2 more million views than the last time I watched the video.
Right.
And then all the comments basically just say, I'm just here for Daisy.
Yeah.
I'm just here for Davy. What the hell? This girl is in the new Star Wars film. Ha ha, WTF. Talk about stepping up. Anybody listen to the subtitles of the conversations during the video? Daisy brought me here. She's bringing me here for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I was just saying, we don't necessarily need to hear it. It's a terrible
Let's watch
song.
it between the...
okay, you want to do that? Then the listeners can do that too. They can
Right.
have a chance to go back and listen to it.
No, I'm listening.
The
do it.
Adam Driver character, Larry Cassidan, however you say his name.
Yeah.
Who wrote it with
richest character of all
Kylo
time.
Ren. That's what he had said. So that's pretty... That's a pretty bold statement. I hate it already.
You don't like it?
I'm thinking we should adapt it to our new theme song.
Right.
I can mix this in.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is how you feel. We get ready for. We get ready to do a
Is
podcast.
this the song we're gonna play when we're getting ready to see the movie?
DJ, turn the lights on.
Is that John Boyega?
That's John Boyega.
That's racist, Doug.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, because John Boyega has a very thick, Zimbabwe accent. So.
He does.
Yeah, you never heard him talk?
He sounds British to me.
It's maybe South America.
This is not a...
Okay.
I mean...
All right. So what is she?
No,
Is
it's
she
not.
just didn't like dancing or
No,
something?
no, she's like she's the girlfriend of the artist.
Okay.
Okay, let me take you in the tale, Doug.
It's not as good as this.
No,
That's true.
What?
Hopefully the video is getting.
I'm not
no,
on the
he's not
screen.
on
I
it
just
here.
got my hands going tonight.
He's disappointed at us for whatever
Well,
reason.
because the last two video episodes.
Pointed at, so it's the back of your head.
Right.
Because I can't even see it.
Right.
Let's be honest. No one's turning this on YouTube to see our faces. They just want it turned on in the background while they're doing their work.
I don't speak for yourself.
Well, I mean, all three people that clicked on
That's
the
true.
last two links of
That's
the
true.
show.
That's our next big drive.
was
will be-
it a jelly bean though? Are you sure? Are you sure?
It was a runt.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I had
Okay.
a bunch of runts over here this morning.
Okay. So Star Wars. Anyway, how many days?
100
and what?
131.
You're
No,
not.
that was the last time we were here.
Oh,
It
okay.
was this earlier this week. Is 120 something.
123 days.
You sure?
You're terrible. 118 days.
118.
Are you kidding?
I'm
I have
disappointed,
honestly
Ryan.
haven't looked at it. Like I said, we're trying
I'm
not to look at
disappointed.
it.
Disappointed.
You did not come prepared for this show.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I've let you down. Is there
So-
anything I could possibly do to make it up for you?
Nope.
Maybe do your He-Man impression again there, Prince Adam.
Ex Machina is not on Netflix.
Okay. Maybe it's some other Android movie or something.
Okay, Star Wars Battlefront comes out in 87 days. Think we'll have a
Oh,
computer
cool.
built before then?
I hope so. Hopefully, I'll have my video card by then.
Force Awakens is 118 days, 2 hours, and 18 minutes.
Awesome.
Celebration in London. I mean, who cares, right? It's in London.
And people were obviously a little disappointed that nothing really more came out of the Disney thing.
But JJ's always said it's going to be fall, so you can't blame him there. Episode 8 is coming
Which I
out
don't
in
need another trailer. Like I said, I don't need another one.
Episode 8
There'll
is
be
coming
another
in
one, though.
643 days.
I know, but I don't need another one because I'm.
Force Fridays in 13
They've been
days.
pretty good though, really not giving much away. So I'm okay with it, I guess.
But
But I don't need one.
Mr. Doug, another friend that I know, Doug, who
Mr. Doug.
Well, I was going to say his last name, but then I thought I probably shouldn't say people's last names
Doug.
unless they want me to. But another friend I work with named Doug, he sent me something on Facebook. It was hilarious. It was a stormtrooper and Yoda walking like trick or treating together, and the caption said, "It's all fun and games until somebody yells out Order 66."
Yeah, I saw that.
So we've been teasing.
You've seen the ET thing, right? The ET Connect. We talked about that, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you about. Yeah, he sees Yoda and goes nuts.
Yeah.
All right.
There's something we could talk about. The Berenstein Bears thing.
Oh,
Completely forgot about that. Have
Yeah.
you read that?
Okay. Now, this is a thing. This is really a thing because I would say when I first got into teaching 4 or 5 years ago and Noah was getting into those books,
Right.
Noah would tell me he'd want to read the Berenstain Bears.
right.
And I said,
And you're
it's
like,
not Berenstain Bears.
So-
Berenstein.
It's Berenstein Bears, buddy.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there has been a couple things written up about the Berenstein Bears because guys our
Berenstain
age,
Bears.
the Berenstain Bears now, guys our age, or anyone our age, if you think back, what did you hear as
This is I don't know what this is. This is
It-
weird.
Well, what I was told was, and what I read was, is that we all remember it as Berenstein Bears,
STEIN.
Bears, and now if you go look at a book, it's Berenstain Bears. What I read is that the only way that this can be explained
Right.
is that at some point someone has traveled back in time and altered something somewhere, which has caused the butterfly effect for that item to be changed in name.
But
So
wouldn't
we are actually on a different universe path than what we were
But wouldn't
25 years ago.
So they changed it somewhere. Then it would have had to happen. It
Think
would
about
have.
it. Think about it like Marty McFly and his brother and his sister in the picture when he's like his parents don't kiss and they start to
Right.
disappear in the picture. So the picture changes from the future because of the thing that happened
Right,
in the past.
but my point is that shouldn't we all then remember it as Berenstain if that was the same case? If
No, because the change didn't happen until after we were past that
Right.
point.
so
Our memories are already the same.
Yeah, no,
all that's happened is that we are on a
different
a
reality
jolted
path.
timeline from the actual
Some,
reality back in
somebody did
1980.
find a scan that they said came from. They found a web page of some place in Florida that had a scan of old TV guides, and they found a TV guide from the pilot episode of the Berenstein Bears, and it says on there Berenstein Bears. So it blew my mind because somebody, when they first posted this a few weeks ago, I was like, oh yeah, Berenstein Bears. What are they talking about, Berenstein Bears? And then I read it, and they're like Berenstain. I'm like, no, it's not Berenstein. It's the Berenstein Bears. So
if you look up Berenstein Bears, if you Google Berenstein Bears and don't let Google fix it for you, the first thing that shows up is the avclub.com, and it says how you spell the Berenstain Bears could be proof of a parallel universe.
Right.
And it goes, and this is the article very close to what I read that, see, there's a doctored image is what it says, this is the article that I read. Yeah. Talking about how, basically somewhere along that track of time, something happened.
But see, the thing is all the books and everything are all altered, but there were books that were out before. If you go on eBay and everything, all the books that you see say Berenstain.
Mm-hmm.
So if the older books all say Stain, but yet somehow we all retain memory of it saying Steen or Stein.
Yeah, because they changed. I don't.
But the books changed, but our memory didn't change.
Right, because I think
The brain is a powerful thing, Doug.
I'm trying to make the connection to a connection in Back to the Future because that's what I'm using as reference.
I don't think Back to the Future is a good reference.
Why not?
Well, it was voted a more popular movie than Ghostbusters.
It did.
Which, like I said, if you're going singular,
it wins
the first
either
to
way.
first,
It wins either way.
I'd probably take Ghostbusters over.
You're nuts. You're crazy.
Yeah, no, I would take Back to
see,
the Future. I did not vote, but Back to the Future is my choice.
Yeah. And then I followed up with a Bull Durham.
Field of Dreams.
Right.
Field of Dreams, because I was going Kevin Costner baseball prophecies, and I had Sandlot ready to go for the next one, and then Doug has to vote Sandlot on that particular one, so then I just forget it.
Well, you're going to go Sandlot versus what?
Well, that's what I was actually talking to my wife
Bad
about.
News Bears.
What was another good? No, because I want to be close to the same years in which they came out. Like Field of Dreams and Bull Durham are pretty far apart, but
A League of Their Own.
No, it was
Waterworld?
It was a kids movie.
Mad Max and Waterworld. So, anyway,
I would have done Postman and Waterworld.
people go look.
I will do that one.
People go look up the Berenstein / Berenstain Bears conspiracy thing. So it is very weird.
I just think, for the most part, all of us were horrible readers when we were kids, and we just read Bear and then Steen and then just went with what we knew.
You're a closed-minded jackass.
Well, no. But I went through the same thing. I mean, I had lots of arguments, and I would actually tell my wife and I would have this discussion. We were talking
Does
about the
she
books.
remember Steen?
Oh, no. It was always Stain for her. So it was like, I don't know if there was a teacher growing up where I lived that called them Berenstein Bears. But then you watch the videos, like you watch it, because my kids watch the videos. Berenstein Bears. They sing it like they're hill womps. I mean, and I don't know if maybe that was some of the problem too. The way that they say their own name in the video, in the videos that maybe they have.
Well, either the universe has been altered, or there's some sort of collective delusion out there of it being the Berenstein Bears.
I just think we're all, like I said, bad readers. We're more familiar with Steen than Stain when it comes to like last names, you know? Right? Wouldn't we be?
I think there's a pretty big distinction between Steen and Stain.
But we're not.
Phonetically speaking.
We're glossing over the end of that word. I look at emerging readers every day, and I'm telling you, the fact that they would gloss over the word Berenstein or Berenstain Bear,
it's something that's such a different pronunciation. I don't gloss over a difference, I guess, between an een and an ain.
I'm sorry, I'm kicking my microphone. I'm trying to stretch my leg out. But you did, Doug. The proof is in the pudding.
No, I didn't.
Parallel universe.
Oh, so okay. All right, okay. Really, guys?
We're not going to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Like, really? Like, I can't tell if we're
Okay.
kidding or not.
No, because
cool.
when I had no knowledge.
This is coming
of
from a
this.
dude that's
I-
afraid of little gray
Right.
aliens, and he doesn't even believe they exist. So
Right.
No, I'm not. Don't put the. What are you talking about? This is coming from me.
Don't try to back up against it. Okay,
I'm
you
just-
don't believe in these conspiracy theory ideas, but you're still afraid of Martian men that don't exist.
I ain't doing it, Doug. He's probably just looking at the tree frog over there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm closed-minded. I understand. It's a flaw of
You
mine.
did no,
a
it's
battle.
not a flaw. I would love to be as ignorant as you are.
Well, his mascot is the ostrich.
Dumb and happy.
It's
you know?
bliss, isn't it?
Dumb and happy.
They did call him Ryan Head in the Sand Parrot.
That's right. That's right.
So, I don't know. Just everybody that I know from growing up, it was Berenstein Bears, and everybody remembers it Steen. So either we
That's what I'm
all
saying. Like,
we all are having some sort of collective delusion because we all were terrible readers, and everybody pronounced
Well, who was
Steen.
Did you go to? You went to Northside. Who was your librarian at Northside? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Maybe our librarian
Remembers
just said
their
it wrong.
elementary librarians.
I don't remember.
We didn't have a librarian.
I think ours started with an H.
The library was the music room. So, and it was about, I don't know, 2 or 3 times as big as this room we're in right here. It was very small.
We had music in the cafeteria.
Yeah, William Reed. We did.
Yeah.
Wait,
Did
wait.
we have a library?
Yeah, it was up in the second floor, set between Mrs. Rustler and Mr. Carter's room.
So, I don't know, people. Go look it up and find out. Figure
You
it
know
out
what
for
I'm saying?
yourself.
No.
Mr. Carter's room always sat on the corner,
Yeah.
and then Mrs.
But-
Rustler's room sat on the corner. Then there was that, like, Mrs. Barry's office was like the end of that hallway on down.
I just want
The
to.
library was right in the middle.
I just want to leave you with this
Oh,
on it.
We're
is-
leaving. We're
is
leaving.
What if it was somebody going back in time, and the only thing that was altered was Steen went to Berenstain? Like,
He got really lucky. He got really lucky. If he
what was his goal?
stepped on, he went back to observe and stepped on a random bug. And this
No,
is what
that's not
happened.
it at all. I mean, it's Berenstain, guys. This is obviously a very Jewish name. I mean, he went back to stop Hitler.
Is that so?
Yeah, obviously. He went back to stop Hitler. He failed, but he
that
limited the
doesn't make any
chaos.
sense.
And the only thing that happened essentially is that Stan and Jan Berenstein, the people that wrote the books, their names got switched over when they immigrated to the U.S.
You did see the how James Earl Jones and
Harrison Ford actually
went back
saved-
through time, and they actually went back and killed Hitler. You did see all of that, right?
Well, we didn't necessarily. I mean, did we see him kill him?
Yeah, because remember, Hitler escaped through time,
and then Darth Vader killed him.
Then Darth Vader, James Earl Jones as Darth Vader, killed Hitler.
That's right.
What is this?
So
This is. You just need to Google it.
yeah.
It's an.
So anyway, maybe
maybe
we should ask the question to our people.
if you have an answer
Is it
for the
Berenstain or
time
Berenstein?
for the time continuum, if you can help us build a flux capacitor to reestablish our childhood and bring.
21 gigawatts.
We're not going to make it have to go 88 miles an hour in case we go backwards in time. We won't have to rob a train in order to make it get to the correct speed.
Well, what are you going to do then? How are you going to what?
88 miles an hour is just the set that Doc Brown made it fire off on. It could have been 22 miles an hour.
No,
There
I
was
think
no
it needed
point
to
in
be
the
that
velocity.
speed.
No, there wasn't. Go back and watch the movies.
I think it has.
No,
to be
he
that
just wanted to
speed.
have it fast enough that he could still drive the car.
I think
around
it had to be
without
that
going-
fast because the engine had to be moving. The RPMs and the hold on, the RPMs and
No.
the engine had to be set
No.
right to make the plutonium go off.
Okay, genius. The engine wasn't running when it was being pushed by a train.
Yeah, but it still had to
No.
be moving that speed
No,
to.
No.
maybe it's hooked up to the transmission instead
no.
because the transmission's.
It
gonna be
wasn't
moving.
engaged. It was in neutral.
That's true. It might have been engaged.
It wasn't engaged, Mike.
It could have been. It was a stick.
No, you're wrong.
It was a stick. It could have been engaged.
Watch the movie again. You need to watch it again anyway. Let's be honest. When was the last time you watched Twin Pines go down to One Pine Mall?
The one time that Sarah goes, I don't think I've seen all these movies all the way through. And I said, oh, you're going to.
Yeah, it's become homework now. If you have an answer for the parallel universes that we are currently living in, please let us know at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. If you want to follow the show, you can go directly to our home on the web at www.buffalobrotherhood.com. If you'd like to follow... If you... That's my favorite part, right there. Right there.
And he plays.
I can't even see it. It's making me cry. If you want to follow us at Twitter, you can do so at Bobcast Nation, or you can follow me at BuffaloCast. You can follow Mikey at FooMan2. That's 2 O's, 2 N's, and the number 2. And you can follow Doug at Refried Evil. And we really appreciate all the likes and all the follows and all the shares. You can check us out on YouTube.
Engagement.
The engagement?
Yeah.
You're
That's what we want.
engaged?
No. The engagement on the page.
Is that what you heard as well, Mike?
No, I didn't.
Oh, if you heard that Doug got engaged, let us know on Facebook.
Let me know, because I didn't know that.
Let us know on Facebook. And stay tuned for contests. We got lots of good, cool guests, I feel like, coming up here in the next few months. And we're working hard to try to flesh that out, including we're talking some high school basketball, some police,
right?
Non-brutality.
Beer, golf,
politics. Everything that should be discussed at the lodge. Have a great week, guys.
Coming up next.
Have a great week.
BuffaloBrotherhood.com